Welcome, fellow bookworms, to Tibbara's Den. My name is Whitney, and I have a reading update for you for the ABC Challenge. We've read the B author, which is Marie Benedict, The Mystery of Mrs Christie. Really excited to talk about this one. And then I also just finished up last night, A Stranger is Walking by Mary Higgins Clark, which was our C author. So I'm going to talk about these two books in this vlog. Or, well, it's not really a vlog, but sort of. But I'm going to be talking about these two books. And then, of course, I'm excited to start my D book, which is Mary Dime. I still haven't looked up how to pronounce the name, but Dead Man Docking. So far, I am 3 for 3 on the books I have chosen, and none of them, other than maybe The Mystery of Mrs Christie, none of them are necessarily books I would have gravitated to if I wasn't doing this challenge. So I've been enjoying this so much, and I'm really hoping like I'm gonna be 4 for 4 for this one. This one, again, it's not necessarily one I would gravitate to, but it does sound like a fun, like kind of interesting, like murder mystery type book. So I hope it really is as enjoyable as the synopsis sounds. But let's go ahead and jump into these two books. We'll start, of course, with The Mystery of Mrs. Christie. So this one is fictional, but it's based on Agatha Christie and the real life events of the 11 days where she disappeared. And I have to say, like, this is definitely my favorite. This was one of the ones I was anticipating enjoying the most. And so far, like, it's my favorite. I absolutely love this. It kind of goes back and forth between. So it follows, when they're meeting and falling in love, and then kind of their marriage up until the point when she does disappear. So it's going back and forth. And so the times, when they're falling in love and such, that's called the manuscript, and it comes into play at the end. And then, you have like the current time where the book is taking place of when she's missing, and kind of following her husband, uh, on along on him. But I really liked also it went like during the manuscript and such, it had first person viewpoint, where on the other parts, like current time where she was missing, it had third person viewpoints. And I really love how the author did that. And yeah, it was really, really enjoyable. I loved, learning more about Agatha Christie. Like, obviously, the thoughts and such are very fictional, but is based like on her real life and the events that took place and such. And so I really found it interesting, and I really want to get Agatha Christie's biography and some of her books too. Like, I mean, I've never actually read Agatha Christie, and so I do want to get some of her other books and such, because they obviously talk about some of them in this book. But I really want to get her autobiography and see how factual like this really was, and how close it got to that. Obviously, she mentions in her author notes that Agatha Christie never spoke about the 11 days. Like, even in her autobiography, she never talked about those 11 days she was missing. So, it's still just kind of a mystery. And I like how she took that mystery and created something with it. I thought that was so enjoyable. I'm definitely going to be checking out some of the other things by this author, some of the other books, not things, because she wrote several already, and they're all based on real women in history, which I thought was really cool. But they're based on women that aren't as well known. So you have like Carnegie's maid, which is Andrew Carnegie. You have the other Einstein, which is based on Einstein's wife. And then the only woman in the room is like, I want to say World War I. And then you have Lady Clementine. And so let me kind of look back here. The other woman in the room is about Heidi Keisler. Um, and how she married an Austrian arm dealer, which saved her from the rising Nazi party. And yeah, that sounds kind of interesting. And then Lady Clementine is based on the wife of Winston Churchill. So that really sounds interesting as well. So definitely want to check out more of her books. But I absolutely, like I said, love this one. And I got this. The part of the challenge is there's a thrifting element to it. And so I got these books at the thrift store, and I believe this one was um published in 2021. So yeah, I just wanted to double check. But yeah, it was published in 2021, which is pretty cool. So it's a newer book, and I found it at the thrift store. So that just goes to show you, like, not all the books are older books or anything like that, which I absolutely love. Like, you can find some new stuff at the thrift stores, and it makes it so affordable, and it kind of is a more sustainable way to kind of read some of these books. So absolutely love this one. Let's go ahead and talk about A Stranger is Watching by Mary Higgins Clark. So again, never read Mary Higgins Clark. I was obviously familiar with her because she's a well-known author, but just never really had interest. I'm not a big thriller, like mystery murder type gal. I do enjoy them when I do read them, but I'm not necessarily drawn to them. And so I probably would have never read her if I wasn't doing this challenge. And I'm so glad I did. Like, this is still so fresh in my mind because I just finished it last night, and I ended up staying up late because I just wanted to find out. And the thing is, this was published. Let's see when this one was published. This one's obviously older. This is one of her earlier works. So 1977, but also 1960 was the original. So I think this is um like a second copy or a separate publication. But I mean, this was so much fun to read. It did start off a little slow, and I was like, not really slow, but just the writing style I had to get kind of used to. But once I got into this, I mean, again, absolutely loved it. And it did actually get to the point pretty quickly. It's not a very big book at all. I think it's like 250 something pages. So, but this one was so much fun to read, and it kept you engaged. And I mean, it literally kept you guessing until the last second, like, what's gonna happen. And I was like, how is this gonna work out? Like, there's not enough time, and it ends up working out. But like, I was just like, there's not enough time. Like, how is this gonna all tie together? And it does. And like, yeah, I just really liked, like, how it all came together. And there are a lot of characters which I struggle with sometimes, but the characters, she did it in such a way, like, when it would jump back, like, one of the characters was a woman who kind of lives around the train station. And so when it jumped back to her, I was like, oh, who's this character again? But she did it in such a way it kind of refreshes your memory on who this character is, and so you can pick it right back up. So I didn't have to spend a lot of time, like, trying to place this character, which I appreciated, because when there does get to be a lot of characters, I kind of lose my place, and I'm like, I don't remember who this character is, and I have to kind of go back and try to find them. Where in this case, like I said, she kind of refreshes your memory when she reintroduces a character, and they come back up. And so yeah, I just thought that was really enjoyable, and she does it, in such a way, like, their monologue and the setting and everything, you can place them really, really easily. So, and like, some of the neighbors, I kept getting confused, but again, just how she did that, it was really easy to kind of figure out who they were. So I mean, if you've never read Mary Higgins Clark, you're kind of like me. You're like, like, I don't know that I want to read that genre. Definitely pick her up. Like, it is well worth it, and I'm so glad I picked this one up. I really liked it, and it really does. It's also one that's good for talking points, even in this day and age, because it talks about, like, capital punishment, and you have two different views by the different characters, and so it kind of talks about that. And it brings up good talking points, which is a lot of fun as well. So, um, yeah, definitely encourage you to pick this one up. If you haven't, I will leave links in the description below where you can get all three of these books. Since I'm going to be jumping into this one, I'll go ahead and leave a link for this one as well. I'm actually going to be going when I'm filming this, it's a Thursday. And so Saturday I'm going to be going down to the bigger city with my husband, and I was trying to find like a book related advent calendar, but the ones that are like actually have books are just so expensive. So I told him for Christmas I need his help to do my own advent calendar that has books. So he's gonna go down and we're gonna go to the thrift store where I got, all these letters, and he's gonna pick out 25 books for me, and that way I can open one each day, and then I printed out like little sayings and such. So we're gonna do that this Saturday, and I'm gonna go with him. I'm not gonna see what books he got. Like his sister's gonna come with us. They're gonna do that while I kind of do my own thing, and then I'm planning on getting more of the letters. We're up to K right now, so I'm gonna at least try to get L, M, and I think O, because I think O is gonna be another hard one. And so that's my plan, is try to get up to O. I might try P and Q as well, just kind of see how I feel and how much luck I'm having. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this challenge, and I can't wait to go down on Saturday. So when you're watching this video, it's after the fact, but you can probably expect another video showing that haul that I got fairly quickly. And then the ones he's gonna get me, the books he's gonna get me for my homemade advent calendar, probably won't come out until like the first of the year, and then I'll put that one out. That way you guys can see, I'll vlog each day as I'm opening them, and that way you can kind of see what he picked out for me. But I think that's another fun way, to get some new books and try authors and books that I may have not necessarily picked for myself. So I'm really excited to do that this Saturday. I think it's going to be so much fun. And like I said, I'm going to try to get some more of the letters for the alphabet challenge. And then it'll just be a matter of reading them. Once I do finish getting all the letters, I'll just have to catch up and finish reading them. But if you want to try this challenge, there is a link in the description below to my website where the rules are. There's an author-based version, a book-based version, and there's also an extreme version. So definitely check that out. And as always, if you do decide to try this challenge and you share it, please remember to credit Tibbara's Den. Either share these videos or share my website where the rules are at, and just give credit to me. And of course, you can modify the rules to kind of suit your needs. But I'm gonna go ahead and leave you guys here. Happy reading, everyone. Bye.